I've been looking forward to when somebody would develop a really good set of grips for the Quest Pro controllers so I can have them in my hands and not worry about dropping them. Some of you suggest in the comments I need to stop looking forward and I need to actually look back to the past and pull out my old AMVR grips that were for I use these on my Rift S actually, or check out the VRCover version. So let's do that. So basically these are for the Quest 2. You put a Quest 2 controller in there, and then you're supposed to run an extra piece of Velcro up around the tracking ring to hold this thing on. But what people have found, if you just push this in there, it's tight enough that it seems to do a really good job of holding it. Especially because likely when you're playing with these, your other finger should still be on the controller, so you shouldn't have to worry about launching it because you should have a finger here. But even if you didn't, it seems to be pretty solid. I'm hoping this VRCover set will feel even a little more secure as they're fresh and new. Let's find out. Always gotta have that small, sharp unboxing knife. Even for the smallest piece of tape, it's better to be safe than to be sorry. The main ones on Amazon are in white, which people are like, oh, that's so nice for the Quest 2. But I waited a couple extra days to get the dark gray set because I really want them to match. And you can see even by looking at these, I mean, they're practically carbon copies of each other. But it does look like the VRCover one comes up a little higher, so maybe we'll get a little bit more stability out of that. Pretty straightforward the way they work. It's an elastic strap here that pulls through. You can pull that to tighten it, or to loosen it, you have a button there. Even pushing that in really hard, I can't get anywhere near interacting with that. Boy, I gotta say, actually, VRCover ones, I do feel like do a better job of holding on even than the AMVR ones. Weirdly, the AMVR ones do have this like little spot for your pinky to rest. I kind of missed that. This is all just smooth, but the outside has a little VR symbol, their logo grips. This one just has some grip like this, but this feels nicer in the hand. I like that. Simplest install you'll probably ever get on a VR accessory. Shove it in. So if you put them in together like I usually do, I don't know, I feel like the AMVR ones they were a little easier to land in the hole for some reason. So I feel like I'm only landing one of these. Oh boy, once you install those, you might never uninstall them. So the VR covers look like they're just a little thicker on the bottom. And so that little bit of thickness is making this a little bit harder to land it in there just right. It's not impossible. You're gonna be working a little bit more for it. Well, dang it. Side by side, I gotta say, I do think I like the VR covers in hand a little better, but the main issue with all the grips has been the charging dock. I want it to just be really reliable. And the VR covers, you can do it, but it doesn't feel like you drop it in, it's just gonna go in. Like I keep feeling like I get the right one in, the left one just doesn't wanna also go in. Other people have said in the comments they have these and they've been perfect. So why is this one just really not wanting to go on there? It's just this side. Do I need to sand it down? Do I need to cut this thing off? So it does seem like if this isn't in the way, it's a little bit easier. Well, dang. I can tell you for a few weeks now, I've been using these reliably. I've never had a problem where I haven't gotten the controllers charged up with the AMVRs. So I'm a little disappointed because feeling these, I do like the way these feel a lot better than the AMVRs. They just feel nicer in your hands, but I want them to just be reliable when I go to charge them. And I feel like I'm gonna find out more than once that my left controller isn't charged. Well, F. I'm gonna declare the winner, the AMVRs, for sure. I've been using them for a while, no problems at all. The VR covers, it's really close. If this was up just a little higher for some reason, or if you had this on a soft surface, I think that the back ends would fall down just right, but they're just a little too thick right in the wrong places, where I have to like put pressure to make sure they're both working. VRCover feels better, doesn't work as well. And again, it's not their fault. These are made for a completely different kind of controller that should never go in the charging dock like this. It's not their fault either. It's just kind of impressive that it even still works. But I guess when it comes to Quest Pro, if you want decent grips that are reliably charging, the AMVRs are the way to go. But what do you think? A lot of you told me about these, so maybe you haven't had a problem at all. I'd love to know in the comments section. Or if anything else has come out since that's been better, I would love to hear about it because I want to find a good set that I really like. And these are close, they're pretty good. But thank you for coming out, and I will see you in another reality.